All right, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everybody. If you can hear and you can see me, type a one in the chat or 777s in the chat. Let's try that 777s in the chat. If you can hear me and you can see me, let's type 777s in the chat. I welcome you to this FL2 update call. I'm very excited to have you. For those that may not know who I am, my name is Courtney Logan. I have the privilege and honor of serving as the Director of Education here at Envision U, and I am joined by my amazing colleague, Mr. Stephen Mono, who's our mobile app developer. And we want to talk about some of the updates and some of the things that we've been working on in regards to FL2. Does everybody have the mobile app on their phone? Let me know in the chat really quick. Does everybody actually have the mobile app downloaded on their phone? If you're on this call and you do not have the mobile app, I want you to know that you can actually download the mobile app for free in the particular app store. Let's start with the updates that we've been working on. I'm going to invite Steve here in a second, but I want to talk high level really quick because I want to let everybody know kind of what's been transpiring. All right. We have been working on some updates to our infrastructure from a MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 platform perspective. One of the things that we ran into was we have a bridge that connects our mobile application to MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. That bridge was actually being worked on, and for MetaTrader 4 is actually still being worked on. But we finally updated our bridge in regards to MetaTrader 5, and now MetaTrader 5 is actually working. For those of you that have MetaTrader 5, hopefully you've seen that the services themselves have been restored and you've been able to trade. And I want to take an opportunity. I want to talk specifically about where I see the industry going, if that's okay with you. If you have a MetaTrader 5 server or broker, I want you to just type a one in the chat. If you already are trading and you have MetaTrader 5, just type a one in the chat because things should be working for you if you're on MetaTrader 5. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about where I believe things are going in regards to the industry, in regards to brokers and servers. All right. MetaQuotes is the company that owns MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. So MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 are owned by a company called MetaQuotes. MetaQuotes stopped issuing updates and new licenses for MetaTrader 4 in 2021. You can research this. You can go look it up. It's all over the internet. They stopped issuing those updates because they wanted to push companies and brokers to the MetaTrader 5 platform because it was their new baby. Like it's the newest version of what they had been working on. So they stopped issuing those updates, and a lot of brokers, as we look across the industry, even reluctantly, some of them have started to move to MetaTrader 5. Now, when we started this project here at Envision U, we didn't have a MetaTrader 5 server infrastructure built into our mobile app, but we figured out that that was the way that the industry was moving, that they were moving towards MetaTrader 5 as a flagship product for their services because MetaQuotes was not issuing new licenses to new brokers, and they were not issuing updates to the MetaTrader 4 platform. All right. So we went ahead and we made the investments to actually upgrade our infrastructure to MetaTrader 5. And there was a cry, at least from some leaders and customers inside of the business, in order for us to add MetaTrader 5. So we did. Very, very happy that we've done that. So from our perspective, I'm going to tell you from industry wide, I'm going to let you know that this is the direction that the industry is moving in. So when we look to start upgrading our infrastructure, one of the things that we looked for first with the API providers was let's get our MetaTrader 5 online and make sure that's working because we believe that is the future. We believe MetaTrader 5 is the future. So for those of you on this call, I tell you all the time, I don't make broker recommendations. As a company, we don't make broker recommendations. As a company, we do not have any affiliations with any brokers. There's no affiliate agreements. We don't make money based on which broker you pick. We don't make money on how many lots you trade. We don't do business in that way. All right. But what we try to do is we try to give you options. Is it okay with you? Let me know in the chat. Everybody type options in the chat. Our job is to provide you as many options as possible. So when you come to us and you actually want to use our educational ideas and trade in the market, right, you can go out here and pick and choose exactly what you want to use in the market. So what I'm going to do is what I've asked my development team to do is I asked them to provide me a list options. I've asked them to provide me a list of brokers who are actually on the MetaTrader 5 platform. I'm going to repeat that. Right? I'm gonna type this in the chat. I don't want anybody to type. I want anybody to type. All right. I'm gonna post in the chat all of the MetaTrader 5 brokers into the chat that we have available that's working on our mobile application right now before we even start talking about MetaTrader 4. So everybody pause, nobody move. I'm going to send this out to everybody right now. So there's a number of them, and I want you guys to see who they are. So this is the list of brokers currently that we have in the app that actually support MetaTrader 5. All right, don't nobody type. Don't type. Let everybody see it. Let everybody get a screenshot of it so they know exactly what the MetaTrader 5 brokers are, okay? We are constantly adding to our broker list, all right? It's something that we constantly do, right? Because we get people coming into the business. Maybe they have a broker that they use already, or maybe they have a group of people that's using a particular broker already, and we try hard to work with those brokers in order to get them into our system. Sometimes we're successful because the broker is actually giving us the information we need in order to make that connection. Sometimes we're not successful because we don't get that information. Or sometimes we'll make the decision from a company perspective that that's just not a broker we want to do business with. All right. And we've had to tell some brokers no, that we won't let you onto the platform because at some level, we want to make sure that the information we're providing to people is the right and best information. But even the list that I've given you, even though they operate on our platform, we're still not making recommendations. All right. We're just giving you options in order for you to use. Now, some of these brokers are regional. What does that mean? Sometimes we will get requests from different regions of the world for particular brokers that work best in their region. All right. So I have some brokers that are specifically for Nigeria. I have some brokers that are specifically in the area of Kazakhstan. We have some Latin American brokers. We have some Caribbean brokers. And what I want to suggest to all of you, right? Because I believe in collaboration. I believe in input and real-time feedback from all of you as customers and as partners in Envision You, right? I want you to, if there are broker recommendations, you can make a recommendation. All right. You can make a recommendation to us on what brokers do you believe that we should add, right? I think the best way to do that is just put broker recommendation as a subject line and send in a support ticket. All right. Send in a support ticket and just say, hey, look, I have a broker recommendation for the tech team, right? For the tech team to review. Okay. Review. All right. And that review includes the things that we just talked about. I need to make sure we can contact the broker. We need to make sure we can get all the information we need from the broker. Then there's the evaluation of whether or not this is a company that we would actually want to do business with. Okay. Does that make sense, everybody? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. We're just talking MetaTrader 5 right now, our infrastructure and what we've done. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat. Everybody in the chat real quick. Let me know. This is a conversation. All right. Okay. All right. So if there are broker recommendations, we have no problem. We're agnostic to brokers. I think that's super important. You know, we're not like, you know, we didn't phone call a broker and say, you know what, we're going to do business with you. We only want to do business with you. It does not work like that here at Envision You. What we want to do is provide you options. Okay. Options. Okay. So let's talk about our MetaTrader 4 infrastructure because it is the oldest infrastructure because it's what we started with. We started with MetaTrader 4. It's the thing that we put in place when we originally conceptualized what instant trade would be, what the mobile app would be. It's where we started. That infrastructure is still being updated. And to give you an understanding again of what we're waiting for, there's a bridge in between our mobile application and the actual MetaTrader 4 platform. It's in the middle. It sits in the middle. And that bridge is not dictated by us. Okay, we don't dictate the bridge. All right, we use the bridge in order to get from one place to the other. All right, we're waiting for an update to that bridge so we can make the connection back to MetaTrader 4. So it's still down. It does not work. You cannot connect a broker. You won't be able to use it. Okay, you won't be able to use it until we're able to get it back online. Now, everybody's going to ask me, well, when, Courtney? When will we have it back online? Well, we've been told a week. We were told at the beginning of this week that it will take at least another week in order for them to get us the reconnection that we need in order to establish the connection for MetaTrader 4. So tentatively, we're going to say a week from now, MetaTrader 4 should be back online. All right. So what do I do if I have a MetaTrader 4 account, Courtney? You have two options. One, you could open a MetaTrader 5 account with the brokers that we have here that we've talked about. Or two, you can manually enter those trades into your MetaTrader 4 platform. Okay. So one, right, you could actually just open a MetaTrader 5 account if you want to do that. That's an option. You can use the list of brokers that I've placed here inside the chat in order for you to use. Those are working fine with Instant Trade. Or two, you can copy and paste and actually use those inside of your brokerage account. Does that make sense as far as where we are on MetaTrader 4? Let me know in the chat. Okay. Let me know in the chat. Make sure we're all on the same page in regards to MetaTrader 4. It's not something that we're doing internally. It's something that we're waiting on externally to be given to us so we can make the connection. All right. All right. So I don't want you to think we're sitting on it. We're not sitting on it. We're waiting for it. Okay. We're just waiting for it. Okay. And once we get it, we'll get it back online just like we did MetaTrader 5. We actually got it faster than we thought we would get the MetaTrader 5. Okay. So the week is tentative. It could be a couple of days, right? I don't want to make that promise because I can't make that promise because it's not us doing it. But it could be a couple of days. Okay. It could be a couple of days. I will type the MetaTrader 5 brokers in the chat really quick. So there is a question in the chat. I want to answer it. So people say, okay, Courtney, which brokers can I use in the United States? We had a list of brokers after the MetaTrader 4. After a lot of brokers got delisted from MetaTrader 4, we put on the app a number of brokers for people in the United States to potentially use. All right. One of those brokers was OX Securities, which is regulated out of Australia. Another broker that you can use if you're in the United States is Oanda, which is a U.S. regulated broker. 1 to 50 leverage. You cannot trade gold. You'll not be able to trade indices, but you can trade. I also believe Forex.com. Steve, correct me if I'm wrong. Forex.com is integrated into the app as well.
Yes.
And that is a U.S. regulated broker as well. And you can only trade Forex with those particular brokers. With Oanda and Forex.com, you can only trade Forex. Okay. Forex.com and Oanda. Okay. Okay, perfect. So that's where we are as far as the infrastructure is concerned. Again, we're waiting for the MetaTrader 4 to be updated. The MetaTrader 5 is working, and it's working in the app. Okay. What I want to do now is I want Steve to come, and I want him to add anything I need to add in regards to what we're doing from the mobile app perspective and any updates that he sees coming. I know we're working on some stuff, Steve, that we're supposed to release later this week that potentially may be interesting to add to the call. Feel free to talk about some of those features that we will be adding. And then I'll come back and talk maybe a little bit more on the education side, some of the additions that we've made, and some of the things that I see coming down the pike. Steve, you there? I'll let you take it away.
Yep, I'm here. Hey, everybody. Glad to be on with you all. So like Courtney was saying, MetaTrader 4, we're hoping to get online, within the next several days here. Again, best case scenario, this is not a promise. It'll be online, end of the week. But again, that's not a promise. That's what we're hoping for. But like I said, we'll see. Knock on wood. So in addition to, getting MetaTrader 4 back online, Courtney highlighted something, which was, we want to give you guys as many options as possible, right? Again, emphasis on options. So one of the things that we've been working on behind the scenes and will be available in the next update as soon as Apple approves it, because right now we're going back and forth with Apple trying to get this approved, is the integration of Sway Markets, right? So Sway Markets is not on the MT4, MT5 platform anymore. In fact, they have their own platform. So behind the scenes, we've been working with them to get them online. And everything's looking great. It's just a matter now of, like I said, we're just waiting on Apple and Google to approve and work with us on the latest update. And then everybody on the call, again, you can now open up an account with Sway. So in addition to Sway, something we've also been talking about behind the scenes is how do we, again, provide more options, and mitigate our risk as a company. So what we're talking about behind the scenes, and this will take some time, but I just want to give you a heads up, is being platform agnostic, right? So again, yes, MetaQuotes, MT4, MT5 is the leading platform out there, but they are not the only platform. So what we're looking to become very soon here is platform agnostic, where you have the ActTrader platform, you have Sway, who's on their own platform, and so on and so forth. So very soon here, right? Again, I'm not going to promise a timeline, but we'll have the capability of being platform agnostic, right? So we're no longer dependent on one platform. We're everywhere now. So that's something we're working on behind the scenes, something we're very excited about. And again, no, I'm not going to promise a timeline, but hopefully very soon here we can introduce that. So, okay, now in addition to sway markets, right, being an option in the next update once it's approved, something else we're going to have in the next update is the ability for all the customers to see which trader is posting what trade. Okay, so over the past couple of weeks, we've been adding quite a few traders to the team, right? So, and I know some of you want to have the ability to follow certain traders and take the trades of specific traders, right? So again, now what's going to happen is when a trade is posted from the team, you'll see, okay, trader X, Y, and Z posted this, right? So that's now going to accompany every trade. And then also in upcoming updates, you'll be able to also filter, which traders you only want to see, right? So yes, not only in this version will you see them, but in the future, hey, I only want to follow this one, or hey, I want to follow these two, these three. So you'll be able to set that now and only see trades from those traders that you want to see. Okay. So again, let me repeat that. This upcoming update, you'll see which traders post what trade. In the next set of updates after that, you'll be able to filter out which traders you want to see and which ones you don't want to see. Okay. So yeah, we're very excited about that. In addition to all that, guys, Courtney said something very poignant earlier, which was, we're working very hard behind the scenes to continually improve the product and add more brokers. So again, if you have a request, send it in to us and into customer support. Oftentimes, it's as simple as, hey, that broker has a specific server, right, that we need to add to the back end. And we just need to be told, hey, add server X, Y, and Z. And once we get that request, we can then work on that and integrate it. Okay. So, Courtney, any other specific updates you want to touch upon?
No, we'll say the other thing just in case.
Okay. Okay. Okay, for sure.
Thank you, Steve.
Absolutely.
Everybody gives Steve a virtual round of applause. We do that by typing $ in the chat. Steve and them have been working around the clock, literally around the clock, in order to ensure that this technology is staying on the cutting edge of the industry. To be quite honest, I think we're far ahead of everybody else, and we're going to stay ahead of everybody else as well with some of the things that we're working on. One of the things that Steve didn't talk about is we're going to have double check marks on our trade ideas coming up soon. Courtney said, well, what is a double check mark? Well, we had a meeting of stakeholders recently, and one of the thoughts was, what if there was an opportunity for you as the customer to connect your broker, but the trader actually connects their broker, and we can actually show visually when the trader hits his take profit, but also represent when you hit your take profit to show the actualization of the profits in your account. I believe, one of the biggest things that we've prided ourselves on is having perfect communication, or trying to have perfect communication. Because the reality, there are some realities in trading. There are some realities. One reality is we're going to take losses. Well, we minimize those losses. We have stop losses. One of those realities is that the broker prices are going to be different. Okay, well, one of the things that we do is we show you the different broker prices compared to yours and ours in order for us to have perfect communication. And I think we're going to continue to strive in order to give that perfect communication, which at least allows you as a customer to make an informed decision about which trade you should take and which trade you shouldn't take. In order to take that a step further, like Steve said, we're now going to be showing you exactly which traders or taking which trade. One of the new updates and implementations that we've made on the education side. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but we now have avatars. We're going to have avatars and we're going to have aliases. So we all of our educators themselves are anonymous. But we do want to make sure that you're able to follow the educators and follow the traders that you want to follow, or learn from the people that may resonate with you, maybe a little bit more than somebody else. I think that's fine. I think we all learn differently, and I think it's important that you're able to get to the information more seamlessly and have it organized better. So I think the aliases will help you to understand. Okay, I listen to X, Y, and Z. That's what class I want to go to. So now you're going to be able to go to the schedule and the calendar, and you're going to be able to see exactly where that class is. Now we're working on some things to even take that a step further. We're actually building avatars for each individual trader as well. So you'll start seeing avatars on the new dashboard that we're working on for the education. So we're constantly making improvements in order to make this process, this education, top tier for all of you. We have added now, I believe when we started this project, just to give you some example, when we started this project, we had 5 educators. We have 4 Forex educators, and we have one crypto educator. All right. As of today, or as of tomorrow, that team has grown to 26. The team has grown to 26. Okay. That team has grown to 26. That is educators from literally all around the world. That is French. That is Spanish. I think we're going to potentially be adding an Italian educator. That is more English educators. We have 2 traders that are joining us from Spain as well. So we are growing. Right, we are growing, and in that growth, sometimes there are growing pains, like some of the infrastructure changes that we went through last week. We had to add more servers because you guys are out there doing a great job at telling people about the mobile application. We are doing the work. We are doing the work. Yeah, we have a crypto educator in Spanish that's coming on board, as well as another Forex educator that's coming on board as well. And then we have the addition of FL2 Plus. FL2 Plus. FL2 Plus is an upgrade to FL2. All right, you have to have FL2 in order to upgrade, in order to get FL2 Plus. There's a lot of value. There's a lot of value in FL2 Plus. It's going to come with additional educators, right? That's teaching in the foreign exchange market, as well as additional trade ideas that's coming via the mobile app, right? It's a team of traders just on FL2 Plus to supplement what we're already doing on FL2. All right. I've heard for a long time, how can we get more trades? How can we get more trades? Courtney, can we get more trades? I've heard that literally since probably July. How can guess what? The team that we currently had, that was 3, is now 9. All right. The team that was 3 is now 9 traders on that team. Okay. It's 9. And FL2 has 4 traders on that team. So if you're subscribed to FL2 and FL2 Plus, you have a total of 13 different traders looking at the market and looking for opportunities for you to benefit in the market. I don't know what else we could do for you, but we're doing it. All right, we're doing it. We're literally pushing the pace, and we're setting the bar to ensure that you have what you need. We listen to you. We've been hearing you. All right. You said you wanted more trades. Bam, you got more trades. I woke up this morning to like 5 or 6 active trades this morning. Like that's what I woke up to this morning. All right. That's what I woke up to. Okay. I think that's going to become a norm. All right. It's going to become a norm. Everybody's getting settled in, and everybody's catching a rhythm. Okay. Everybody's getting a rhythm, but we're going to hit our flow. And I think things are just going to start happening. The app will be dancing in February. Okay. And hopefully you will be dancing. Hopefully you will be dancing too. There is another request that I keep getting. I do see it in the chat, so I don't want anybody to think I'm ignoring them. Prop firms. All right, everybody wants prop firms. Can we add prop firms? Can we add prop firms? Can we add prop firms? The answer to can we add prop firms is first a legal question. Okay, it is a legal question of whether or not it's permissible to add the prop firm. That's the first question. first question is I have to answer the legal question of whether or not adding the prop firm will help and be legal. That's first. Then there is a corporate decision. There's a corporate decision of whether or not that is a direction that the company wants to go into. Okay, so I know I've heard it. I've heard that since probably August. Can we add a prop firm? Can we add a prop firm? Can we add a prop firm? Okay, I don't have an answer to that question. All right, so they've not been added yet. All right, until I answer those questions, right, will we explore the idea of adding a prop firm? Okay, so I know there is a desire to have it. I get it. I hear you. We see you. I get the messages. I see the posts. I get it. Okay, but the first responsibility, at least of me, in regards to running FL2, is to protect the house. First responsibility is to protect the house, because in protecting the house, if you're inside the house, I'm protecting you as well. That's the first responsibility. So I understand there's some things that potentially can make us competitive, but we're not willing to cut the corner in order to be competitive, right? I'm not. We're not running that type of race. We are running a legacy business race. It's different here. It's different. It's just different. There's just things we're not willing to do, and there's just corners we're not willing to cut in order to get ahead. We're already ahead because we're building a $1 billion company, and we're going to reach 1 billion customers. Okay, 1 billion people. So bear with us. Bear with us as we continue to work. We're working. We're working. I've spoken to some of you. I'm in chats with some of you. You guys know we work around the clock. I probably I don't know how many calls we're on. I don't know how many groups I'm in, but I lost count. But it's okay. It's okay because it's starting to work. It's starting to gel. I don't know if you can feel the momentum, but I feel the momentum. I do. I feel it. It feels good. It really feels good. But one thing I understand and one thing that I've always known is if you ask any farmer, they will tell you that the hardest season is harvest season. the hardest season is harvest season. And for some reason, some people believe harvest season is supposed to be the easiest season. It's not. It's not. It's the hardest season. Welcome to your harvest season. Welcome to the hardest season that you've ever had in your life. But I promise if you harvest and you get this part right, the next season would be the greatest season you've ever had in your entire life. Guys, listen, I really, really appreciate all of you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate the work that you guys are doing out there. Just know we're behind you, supporting you the best that we can with the best technology and the best the best work that we can as far as the resources being pumped into it. David and Yvonne are doing a crazy job of ensuring that we have what we need in order to provide what you need, and hopefully you guys feel that through these calls, the updates, and everything that everything else that we're doing. So I will look at getting the educate. Can we get the education unlock? I'll look into that. So guys, thank you for hopping on. I really appreciate that. This is being recorded. We'll get it in the media hub. So if you need to send it out to any prospects or any customers that might have missed it for whatever reason, they will have it. We are here to support. We're here to serve. And thank you for being here. And thank you for being a part of Envision You. Thank you.